Hey, it's Pastor Sarah here for our 2-Minute Tuesday, a short video to connect with God and to reflect on some things. I'm still trying to figure out the format and the timing of this, but yeah. So today we are going to continue on with the Psalms, and we're going to look at Psalm 3 today. And I'm going to read from the Common English Bible translation. This is a psalm attributed to David King David, when he was fleeing from his son Absalom, and his son rebelled against him. And so David is going through a really challenging time as he puts into words what he is experiencing. So here's what Psalm 3 says. Lord, I have so many enemies. So many are standing against me. So many are talking about me. Even God won't help him. But you, Lord, are my shield. You are my glory. You are the one who restores me. I cry out loud to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy mountain. I lie down, sleep, and wake up because the Lord helps me. I won't be afraid of thousands of people surrounding me on all sides. Stand up, Lord. Save me, my God. In fact, hit my enemies on the jaw. Shatter the teeth of the wicked. Rescue comes from the Lord. May your blessing be on your people. I love this psalm. It's so honest and it's so real. When thinking about what this psalm has to say to us today, I don't know about you, but I don't generally think about people in terms of being my enemy. Certainly there are things in life that are challenging, things in life that really threaten our well-being. But again, I don't always think of that in terms of enemy. But for example, there might be something that you are going through in your life that is really challenging your well-being when it comes to your physical health, spiritual health, mental health. There could be situations at work. Maybe it's a really unhealthy work environment, and you're trying to figure out how to navigate that situation. Maybe there are habits that seem to control your life that you don't want to, and you're trying to figure out how to take the power away from those habits so that you can live out your values more like you want to. There could be relationships that are really challenging and really hard. Maybe you're not quite ready to call that person your enemy, but you still know that there is work to be done in that relationship. We are in a time in our culture and in our society where there is so much division, and sometimes it seems like people on whatever side of the issue really do approach each other as enemies. And when things kind of escalate and heighten, I think it's important sometimes to really step back and to reflect on God's role in our life and the way that God can lead us and guide us through those challenging situations. So for example, this is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, right? And this past week, I experienced some blatant racism. It was online, and so I really kind of dismissed it. But it happening during this month really kind of got to me a bit. I am Asian American. I'm Hapa, half Japanese, and also German American. I'm Yonsei. I'm fourth generation, and still all of my life I have dealt with this racism and figuring out how to respond to people who are racist towards me. I don't want to call them my enemies, but certainly there is challenge and there is threat to my well-being in those situations. So when that happens, I have this choice about how am I going to respond? How am I going to process that situation? Am I going to respond to that person harassing me online and feed the trolls, if you will? Or am I going to take the path of compassion and justice and peace and still standing up for myself with dignity and integrity, but doing so in a way that continues to live out those Christian values of justice and peace and steadfast love. In those moments, I remember that God is on my side, right? God created this amazingly, beautifully diverse world. And this diversity, including the racial diversity that I represent and am, is part of what God wanted for our lives. And so I remember that I can turn to God, and in those moments, God will help me. And that's what that psalm reminds me of today. Maybe I don't see people necessarily as my enemies, but certainly in our lives, there are things that challenge us and things that really press up against our well-being. And in those moments, we know that God is there beside us, leading us and guiding us and reminding us to live out God's values and God's love in those moments. So that's our 2-Minute Tuesday. I'm sure that was more than 2 minutes, but I hope that you have a great week. I hope this gives you some food for thought as you go about the rest of the week, and just have a wonderful day and stay safe. Bye.